It is Sunday, the 12th of May, 2024. I'm Pigeon Rose, and this is my Song of the Day. Here we are at the end of our second week. Been going well so far. I haven't had too many listeners yet. I expected that. I don't know if this show will ever expand beyond my circle of friends, but we're only 2 weeks in. We've still got approximately 50 left to go, so we'll see how it goes. Today, we're talking about a song that I actually considered doing in the first week. And that song is What If It Doesn't End Well by Chloe Moriondo. I wanted to do this for Sunday of the first week to make the joke about well, what if this show doesn't end well? But I held off because I thought Wake Up was a better finale to the week. But I really, really love this song, so we're doing it now. Chloe Moriondo is a singer, an American singer. She started off doing covers in her bedroom, just her and her ukulele, and then started doing original songs. Eventually released an album that was largely the vocals and ukulele. And then, when her career picked up some steam, she became friends with Cavetown, who produced some of her music. And she started doing full-blown productions, actually recorded in a studio, done music videos and everything. And she's had great success since. And it's so interesting to see her progression of style, and we're going to talk about that a bit more after we actually listen to the song. If you know her, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then just think about it when you're listening to this song, how this is someone who started off really timid and shy and always, talking very sweetly and softly and recording these songs in ukulele and singing very softly, and then listen to this song. And it's an interesting contrast, to say the least. We probably will talk about some of her earlier songs. I definitely want to talk about more songs from this album and the album after it, but I might talk about some songs from her first album as well, because I do like them. But this is the one we're starting with anyway. So we're going to listen to it now and then come back and talk about it. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Doesn't that song get you pumped up? But in a really sad way. No, I really love that song and I really love that album. So, as mentioned, she started off doing more acoustic covers, and then her style evolved into more of a rock sound with that album. Very pop rock. And then her third album is hyper pop, which is wild. Her three albums feel so different to each other, but they're all very good for different reasons. I discovered her through Cavetown, who I mentioned earlier has produced for her. Cavetown is an English singer-songwriter who also, started off doing ukulele covers on YouTube and then progressed to doing more complex and produced work and is now very popular. And there was a phase in my life when I was real obsessed with Cavetown. And then Cavetown did a cover of All the Lonely Nights in Your Life by American Pleasure Club. I'll be talking about them and that song specifically in this podcast, of course. But he did a cover of that song with Chloe on backing vocals. And I had never heard her before. And I think this is what caused a lot of her stuff to blow up, because she collaborated with Cavetown, who was way bigger than her at the time. It worked on me. Her vocals are great, and it just added so much to the production of it, because, Robbie's voice had dropped a lot, so it was quite low, and then Chloe was keeping up the higher end. It was just really, it was a really nice blend of voices. And I really liked it, so I checked out her channel. I was so surprised by this album when it came out because, like I said, it was way more rock sound than her earlier stuff. Specifically, I listened to this album for the first time while I was deep cleaning my college apartment before moving out. I listened to a few albums that day. It was the first Glass Beach album, 13th Step by A Perfect Circle, and this album. A wild mix of albums anyway. But the album blew me away, and this song in particular really held me. One of the reasons that it did that is because I am a sucker for songs that get suddenly loud, or vocals that suddenly get passionate. Because for most of the song, she's singing quite quietly, What if it doesn't end well? And then in the last verse, I'm not going to fucking attempt the high notes, because I can do it. I currently have a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm not going to attempt it, and you don't need to hear that. But I assure you, I was singing along to it when I was listening to it just now for recording this. Just the way the last chorus, the second last chorus, goes into the way higher range, and the guitars and the drums and everything kicks into high gear. Love that shit. I love that in so many. You're going to hear that a lot on this podcast. I love when songs do that, when they just suddenly explode. And it really adds to the feelings of the song. It really adds to the passion of it. So we're going to talk about the lyrics now. The song itself is kind of about, it seems to be about that age-old dilemma of, God damn it, I think I'm in love with my best friend, right? Wanting to progress from a friendship to a relationship, but not wanting it to ruin the friendship. Around the sun and around again, you seem to look right through me. Another year being your best friend feels like you always knew me. And I'm so proud to call you mine. Feels like I know you from another life. Just very simple lyrics, but very expertly crafted. It's exactly my shit of just like, that is exactly what it feels like when you have a best friend, when you have someone who truly knows you. It feels like you always knew them. It feels like they look right through you, like you knew them from another life. You know, it's just that kind of friendship has this infiniteness, this infinity to it, you know, where it feels like it's always existed and always will. And it's just very well summed up there. And you've got the little which I really enjoy as well. But what if it doesn't end well? Would you still stay? What if I fuck it up like I always do and my shit gets in the way? What if it doesn't end well? Will we still be fine? When the world is over and we go under, would you still be mine? I suppose reading it back now, it doesn't have to be about progressing it to a relationship. It's just about, will we still be friends? But I mean, you could read it either way, really. Like, what if they're not friends anymore? What if it doesn't end well? But I think the relationship makes more sense, because what else would be ending well? Why would they stay after it ended? You know what I mean? Anyway, I like the bluntness of the lyrics here, because she has this like soft, kind of sweet sounding voice, and she says, what if I fuck it up like I always do and my shit gets in the way? And I don't mean it in like, ooh, that's so like adult and like edgy to be swearing, but like, it's just, you're kind of not expecting it with the way that the song is going, and it helps add emphasis to it. Like, it's not like, oh, you know, what if I mess up, you know, it's what if I fuck it up? Like, it kind of shows the seriousness of how she's thinking about it. You know, what if I fuck this up, and my shit, specifically saying my shit gets in the way, like it's reducing her problems and her insecurities to her shit, like it's this shitty thing, this bad thing. You know, it really speaks to that feeling of insecurity. Like, I really hope that we can still be fine. You'll still stay. You'll still be mine. Then second verse, around the clock we can talk for days about how we saw it coming. Another sign written on my face, because now my blood is pumping. Can you just hold me for a little while? And my skin is crawling. I feel vile. It's just repeating the same thing of like that feeling of closeness, but it's got this kind of dread creeping into it here of this like, what if it goes wrong? The rest of the lyrics are just the chorus repeated again. But I do want to say how another thing about the way it explodes into the second chorus, which I really like, is that the pre-choruses previously are just the and then the post chorus for this part is the wow. It's just like using that melody and making it a scream. It just feels so primal. It feels so, I mean, it just feels passionate, you know what I mean? It helps add to that, the kind of desperateness of it, you know? And it's a wonderful way to end an album, because, you know, like I was joking about ending my first week with it, right? What if it doesn't end well is a great way to end the album, but specifically just the way it gets loud and then it gets quiet again for the ending. Lovely way to end the album. The music video is nice. There's not much to say. It's just Chloe standing in a field and singing. But it's good. It's a very good video, because, I mean, it's good. Just, you know, I don't know what to say except for it's good. It's a really dynamic song. I love the production. I love how it sounds. I love her voice. I love the lyrics. I love really simple. This is something that's going to come up again and again, especially when I talk about people like the Mountain Goats and stuff. I love lyrics that are really simple and mundane and get to the core of a problem. Because there's something to be said for like more overt, Shakespearean, complicated lyrics. But I love, it's what if I fuck it up like I always do and my shit gets in the way. It just cuts to the core of the issue, and I love that. So that's pretty much it for today. Let me know what you thought of the song, of the episode, of my channel, of my podcast, of my show, of me as a person. Leave a comment below, subscribe, all that good shit. I will talk to you tomorrow. Wait, hold on. I remembered after I stopped recording this that it's a Sunday. It's the end of the week, which means I'm supposed to announce the theme for the following week. And I have decided that. And I had decided ages in advance. I just forgot to put in the announcement. The theme for next week is love, or how I have it written in my notes, WOV. Only WOV. I know that's so broad, because there's so many goddamn fucking love songs in the world. But I had a few specific love songs I wanted to do, and I was like, might as well make the whole theme of the week that. So yeah, that's next week's theme. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for the first one of those. Bye-bye.
Break it down.
Robbie's voice had dropped a lot, so it was quite low, and then Chloe was keeping up the higher end, and it was just really I don't even know if you can hear the car honks in this fucking recording, but